Charlie was born on April 16, 1889 in a family of London music hall actors, the first common child of parents. The boy had a half-brother Sidney on his mother's side. The problem with alcohol killed the father, and he died, leaving a widow with two small children. Charlie's childhood ended with his mother's illness. Due to problems with her throat, she could no longer perform, and the boy began to take the stage, replacing her. Soon she lost her mind and was placed in a psychiatric hospital. Charlie and his brother ended up in an orphanage. At the age of 9, he began to go to a dance group, but left it a year later. The need forced him to earn a living where he had to. At 14, he finally found a permanent job. He was accepted into the theater and given the role of a messenger in the play Sherlock Holmes. Sid helped his brother learn the role since he couldn't read. At the age of 19, the able young man became the key actor in most of the productions at the Fred Carnot Theater, performing sketches and pantomimes. Once on tour in America, Charlie decided not to return to London. An American film producer, who accidentally saw Chaplin's performance, was so delighted with his game that he invited the artist to work in his studio. In 1913, Charlie Chaplin signed a contract with Keystone, with a salary of $150 a week. At first, Charlie was not able to show his best side, but a year later he became a leading actor. The public liked the character Charlie. The well-known image, wide trousers, a tight jacket, a bowler hat, big boots and a moustache, the artist came up with by chance when the director asked him to make up differently for the comedy Children's Car Races. Later, a cane was added to the image of the little tramp. Quickly realizing that he had achieved enormous popularity, Chaplin decided to write scripts and direct his own paintings. In 1914, Chaplin signed a contract with another film studio, S&E Film, which already paid the artist $1,250 for a week of work and $10,000 for a contract, and released his first film Caught in the Rain, in which he acted as a screenwriter, director and actor. Chaplin changed studios twice more, becoming the most expensive actor of the time with $1 million contract, until he created his United Artists Studio in 1919. The most famous, filmed by Chaplin at his own studio, were the films Parisian, Gold Rush, City Lights and New Times, Circus, later recognized as classics of cinema. The audience enthusiastically accepted Charlie's comedic work. London and Paris met Chaplin and his paintings with crowds of fans. Chaplin became a world celebrity. The debut in sound cinema was the anti-Hitler film The Great Dictator, released in 1940. In it, Chaplin appeared for the last time in the form of the Little Tramp. The release of the film coincided with the beginning of the persecution of the Great Master. FBI Chief Edgar Hoover accused him of anti-American activities and sympathy for communism. The dossier, started back in the 30s, grew every day. The picture Monsieur Berdu's censorship did not release on the screens at all. The artist was reproached for being a Jew, promoting communist ideas, hating the country that gave him shelter. Despite all this horror, the picture was nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenplay. In 1952, Chaplin was banned from entering the United States, where he tried to return after the premiere of his painting in London. The artist settled in Switzerland. The wife, having sold all her property in America, joined her husband with her children. In Switzerland, Chaplin continued to work. He wrote music for films, voiced Gold Rush. In 1954 he was awarded the International Peace Prize. In 1957, Charlie Chaplin's film The King in New York was released, in which the actor played the main role. Chaplin's last film, The Hong Kong Countess, was made in 1967. The great artist was able to come to the USA again only in 1972, on a short visa, for the Oscar ceremony. It was the second prize in his biography. 3 years later he was knighted by the Queen of Great Britain. In 1992, the biographical film Chaplin was released, based on the memoirs of the Great Mute. Charlie Chaplin's personal life was very eventful. He was married 4 times and fathered 12 children. The last child was born when Chaplin was 72 years old. With his 4th wife, who was 36 years younger, he lived until his last days. The great artist died on December 25, 1977, in his sleep. He was buried in Switzerland. But after his remains were stolen for ransom in 1978, the body was reburied, filling the grave with a thick layer of concrete. Charlie Chaplin is ranked 10th on the list of the 100 greatest movie stars in 100 years among men. Bernard Shaw considered him the only genius to come out of the film industry.